Hello, I'm glad that you joined us today. Our presentation is focusing on differentiation, and it's called One Room Schoolhouse 2.0, Differentiating in Today's Classrooms. My colleague, Dr. Lynette Breedlove, and I'm Tracy Inman, we will be guiding you through some pre-assessments as well as some differentiation strategies. We are from Western Kentucky University in the state of Kentucky in the United States. We are going to differentiate and show you examples in 3 different ways: through process, content, and readiness.
So the first approach we're going to discuss is differentiating by process. And one tool or strategy you can use to gather your information about students' prior understanding, what they know, understand, or able to do about a topic is to use a mind map. And mind maps were created by Tony Buzan in 1983. They became very popular because they were an organic way to capture information rather than an outline or something logical. It followed the way that people think, particularly complex thinking.
It's going to be similar when we think about content. We're going to differentiate what children know. The pre-assessment strategy we're going to use is the Frere model. Some call it a Punnett square. It's a little more involved when it's a Punnett square, but basically we're looking at a graphic organizer. And this one that we're sharing, notice it has a pronoun pre-assessment in the middle of it. And when we look at the pronouns, we're looking at the cases in the upper left corner. We're looking at whether they're clear or vague in the upper right corner. Bottom left corner, we are looking at numbers and if we're using them correctly. And then reflexive pronouns, and intensive pronouns are happening in the bottom right. And now we'll look at the next way to differentiate.
So the next approach is to differentiate by readiness. And a lot of people in their reading classrooms do reading level assessments. So there are lots of different ways that students are assessed for the reading level and often assigned reading based on that level. So this is a way to act on that data that you gather. So readiness is the student's entry point relative to what they know. So their reading level, you've done a math assessment, you know what math level they're at, and that pre-assessment data that we often gather in our schools, we should be acting on. So whether that's in my son's school, they give the MAP test several times a year on reading and math. When he takes that, we ought to be acting on that data for our high ability students, just like we do our students who are not reaching grade level. So when you use those assessments multiple times a year, you look at that data, analyze it, and then act on that.